वनस्य दृश्यम्। समीपे एव एका नदी वहति। एकः सिंहः सुखेन विश्राम्यते। तदैव एकः वानरः आगत्य तस्य पुच्छं धुनाति। क्रुद्धः सिंहः तं प्रहर्तुमिच्छति, परं वानरस्तु कूर्दित्वा वृक्षमारूढः। तदैव अन्यस्मात् वृक्षात् अपरः वानरः सिंहस्य कर्णमाकृष्य पुनः वृक्षोपरि आरोहति। एवमेव वानराः वारं वारं सिंहं तुदन्ति। क्रुद्धः सिंहः इतस्ततः धावति, गर्जति, परं किमपि कर्तुमसमर्थः एव तिष्ठति। वानराः हसन्ति, वृक्षोपरि च विविधाः पक्षिणः अपि सिंहस्य एतादृशीं दशां दृष्ट्वा हर्षमिश्रितं कलरवं कुर्वन्ति। निद्राभङ्गदुःखेन वनराजः सन्नपि तुच्छजीवैः आत्मनः एतादृश्या दुरवस्थया श्रान्तः सर्वजन्तून् दृष्ट्वा पृच्छति।
So, the title of our scene is Sauhardam pakruteh shobha, which translates beautifully to Affection is the beauty of nature, or nature's harmony. But now that our stage is set, let's shift focus to our main cast. We'll use the adjectives in the source text to understand the starting emotional and physical states of our characters. You know, in Sanskrit, an adjective really locks in the identity of the noun it modifies. First up, we have the mighty lion. The text calls him Vanaraja, the king of the forest. He's majestic, he's powerful, and importantly, the text describes him as Eka. He is one alone, the singular solitary ruler of this domain. When you hear Vanaraja, you expect absolute authority.
But then we get the contrast. Enter the monkeys. How exactly does our grand Vanaraja view these energetic little pests who are about to ruin his lovely nap? Well, the text uses this fantastic descriptive term tuchhajivaich, meaning insignificant creatures or petty beings. It perfectly captures the lion's aristocratic annoyance. He isn't just dealing with animals, he's dealing with, in his eyes anyway, totally insignificant life forms.
However, there is a crucial catch to our king's current state. Shranta. Tired. Exhausted. He's not just a king right now, he's a tired king whose sleep has been abruptly broken. This specific adjective highlights his vulnerability. It sets up the comedy of the upcoming scene perfectly, because a tired, cranky king is about to be pushed to his absolute limits by those very same insignificant creatures. And that brings us right to the inciting incident of our scene. This is where we learn about kriya padam, which are our verbs, and kartrupadam, which are our subjects. We're going to see how Sanskrit grammar strings together fast-paced action. Ready? The action happens in a flash. A monkey comes down. Step 1, dunati. He twirls or pulls the lion's tail. Step 2, arohati. The monkey swiftly climbs back up the tree before the lion can even catch him. Step 3, tudanti. Now multiple monkeys are getting in on it, repeatedly teasing and tormenting the poor lion. Dunati, arohati, tudanti. Look at how these verbs create a sequence of agile, rapid, chronological motion. It's literally like a cartoon chase scene happening right there in the text.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how clearly the action maps to the instigators. Look at the left column, our kartrupadam, our verbs, dunati, arohati, tudanti, and now hasanti, which means they laugh. Every single one of these dynamic, disruptive actions ties explicitly to the right column, our kartrupadam, vanaraha, the monkey, or the plural, vanaraha, the monkeys. The grammar shows us exactly who holds the initiative in this scene. The monkeys are completely driving the action.
So how does the mighty lion respond to all this? Let's shift our tone back to our Vanaraja. Look at his verbs. He ichati, he desires to strike them. He vavati, he runs frantically here and there. He garchati, he roars in anger. But look at the final verb on this list. Ultimately, despite all that running and roaring, he tishtathi, he remains. Specifically, he remains completely unable to do anything. All his powerful verbs are rendered entirely useless, and he's stuck just standing there, helpless against the agile monkeys up in the trees.
So we're at the climax of our scene analysis here. In Sanskrit literature, shifts in power and deep thematic questions are often best expressed through contrasting opposites, known as vipriyadhyapani. It's kind of like a linguistic tug-of-war. Let's look at how the grammar uses opposites to reveal the meaning of the story. And this brilliantly illustrates the central irony of the whole scene. On the left, we have samartha, meaning capable. This is what the lion firmly believes he is. He is the king. But on the right, we have the stark reality of the scene. Asamartha, meaning incapable. The powerful, solitary king of the jungle has been rendered entirely asamartha by a group of tiny, insignificant monkeys. The contrast between these two words basically tells the whole story of his humiliation.
And this physical humiliation sparks a much deeper thematic debate among the forest animals, which is beautifully captured by this next pair of opposites, Rakshaka versus Bhakshaka. A Rakshaka is a protector. A Bhakshaka is a predator, or an eater. So the animals begin to question, is this lion a true Rakshaka of the forest who keeps them safe? Or is he just a Bhakshaka, a predator who only looks out for himself and honestly can't even protect his own tail from a simple prank?
Look at the emotional contrast happening right above the lion's head, too. Up in the trees, the text tells us the monkeys and various birds, hasanti, they laugh. They're making chirping sounds mixed with pure joy at seeing the lion's state. The opposite of this is rudanti, they cry. While no one is physically crying in this exact sentence, the krutha, or angry, exhausted lion, is suffering below. The joy and laughter of the supposedly weaker animals contrast so sharply with the miserable, humiliated state of the supposedly strong king.
It's a real game changer. I highly encourage you to go read the rest of the story and see exactly how the other animals answered this very question.